The last line of defense. The sky above Tokyo wasn't supposed to be green. Commander Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck of Earth Defense Command, watching the aurora-like phenomenon that had been present for the past 3 days. Scientists called it the Herald, the electromagnetic disturbance that preceded the arrival of the Meridian ships. Humanity had exactly 72 hours left before first contact, and no one believed it would be peaceful. "Commander, the quantum analysis is ready." Dr. James Martinez's voice carried the weight of someone who hadn't slept in days. He handed her a tablet, his dark eyes rimmed with exhaustion. The data streaming across the screen confirmed their worst fears. The Meridian's technology operated on principles that made Earth's most advanced weapons look like children's toys. Sarah swept her gaze across the command center, taking in the countless screens displaying defense preparations worldwide. Underground bunkers were being sealed, orbital platforms were armed, and civilian evacuations were underway. But it wouldn't be enough. Not against an enemy that could bend space-time itself. "They're trying to communicate again," Lieutenant Kira Wong announced from her station. Same frequency as before. The message that played through the speakers was the same one they'd been receiving for weeks. "Submit or be cleansed. Your species is unworthy of the stars." Sarah's jaw tightened. 6 months ago, when the first Meridian probe appeared in Earth's orbit, humanity learned they weren't alone. 3 months ago, they learned they weren't welcome. The probe had scanned every inch of their planet, judged their civilization, and found it wanting. Now the Meridians were coming to cleanse Earth of its primitive inhabitants. "Dr. Martinez," Sarah called out, "show me the anomaly you found in their shielding technology again." The scientist pulled up a complex wave pattern on the main screen. "It's subtle, but their quantum fields have a resonance frequency. Every time they activate their weapons or shields, there's a microscopic fluctuation in the fabric of space-time. We can't penetrate it with conventional weapons. But we might be able to use it against them," Sarah finished. She turned to face the assembled command staff. "The Meridians think they're superior because their technology is more advanced. But they've forgotten something fundamental about humanity. We don't just use tools, we understand them. We don't just copy technology, we improve it." She walked to the central holographic display, where a representation of Earth's defense grid floated in ghostly blue light. "They expect us to fight with missiles and lasers. Instead, we're going to fight them with physics itself." The next 48 hours were a blur of activity. Every quantum physicist on Earth worked in shifts, refining the theory that Dr. Martinez had discovered. Engineers and technicians modified satellite arrays and defense platforms, transforming them into a web of quantum resonance generators. They had one shot at this, and failure meant extinction. The first Meridian ships appeared exactly when predicted, massive crystalline structures that emerged from fold space like cosmic predators. Their arrival turned the sky into a kaleidoscope of impossible colors as reality itself bent around their hulls. "Multiple contacts," Kira reported, her voice steady despite the tension. "Counting 37 capital ships and over 200 support vessels. They're moving into attack formation." Sarah stood at the command center's heart, surrounded by humanity's last line of defense. "Are the quantum nets calibrated?" "Yes, Commander," Dr. Martinez confirmed. "All stations report ready. But we'll only get one chance at this. If we're wrong about the resonance." "We're not wrong," Sarah said with quiet certainty. "Humanity didn't come this far by doubting ourselves. We came this far by doing what everyone else thought was impossible." She keyed her comm, broadcasting to all Earth defense stations. "This is Commander Chen. The enemy believes they know everything about us. They've judged us by our technology, our weapons, our apparent limitations. Today, we show them humanity's true strength, our ability to understand, adapt, and overcome. Stand by for Operation Breakthrough." The Meridian ships moved with perfect coordination, their formation a testament to their technological superiority. When they broadcast their final warning, it was filled with the same arrogance that had characterized all their communications. Your resistance is noted. Your cleansing begins now. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Activate the quantum net. Across the globe and in orbit, thousands of modified satellites and defense platforms activated simultaneously. They didn't fire weapons. They created a pattern, a vast web of quantum resonances that matched the microscopic fluctuations in the Meridian's own technology. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then the impossible occurred. The Meridian ship's perfect formation began to waver. Their quantum fields, the source of their invulnerability, started to unravel as Earth's resonance network forced them to match frequencies they were never designed to handle. The aliens' superior technology became their greatest weakness. Multiple ships showing critical shield failures, Kira announced, excitement breaking through her professional demeanor. Their weapon systems are going offline. Launch counterstrike, Sarah ordered. Conventional weapons might not have been able to harm the Meridians before, but without their quantum shields, they were suddenly vulnerable to humanity's primitive arsenal. The sky erupted with light as Earth's combined military forces launched their attack. Meridian ships, their defenses compromised by human ingenuity, began to fall. The aliens' perfect formation dissolved into chaos as they faced something they had never expected: defeat at the hands of those they had deemed unworthy. As the battle raged overhead, Sarah Chen watched the tactical displays with grim satisfaction. Humanity had done more than just survive. They had proven themselves worthy of the stars. And they had done it not through superior technology, but through their unique ability to understand, adapt, and overcome. The war was far from over, but humanity had won its first victory. They had shown the galaxy that judgment should never be based on appearance alone. The Meridians had brought their advanced technology and their contempt for Earth. In return, humanity had given them a lesson in humility and a demonstration of why they deserved their place among the stars. The hidden advantage. 3 weeks after humanity's first victory, Commander Sarah Chen stood in a room that shouldn't exist, facing beings that weren't supposed to be real. The secure facility beneath the Atacama Desert housed Earth's most closely guarded secret. They weren't alone in their fight against the Meridians. The Axioni representatives stood nearly 8 feet tall, their crystalline bodies refracting light in hypnotic patterns. They had arrived on Earth 6 days after the initial battle, not through space, but through quantum tunnels that bypassed conventional detection. Your species has accomplished what we thought impossible. The lead Axioni, who called itself Resonance of Truth, communicated through a mixture of light patterns and translated audio. You have proven the Meridians can be defeated. Sarah studied the holographic display between them, showing the movements of the Meridian fleet as they regrouped in the outer solar system. They'll adapt to our quantum resonance strategy. We need something more. Which is why we are here. Another Axioni, Pattern of Hope, stepped forward. For millennia, the Meridians have dominated through technological superiority. They have subjugated or eliminated countless civilizations they deemed unworthy. We have survived only by hiding. But you humans chose to fight. Dr. Martinez, who had been quietly analyzing the Axioni's quantum signature patterns, looked up from his instruments. Your molecular structure, it's similar to the Meridian's technology, isn't it? Resonance of Truth's body flickered in what Sarah had learned was their equivalent of approval. We were among the first species they encountered. They based much of their technology on studying our natural abilities, but they never fully understood the principles behind them. Sarah's mind raced with possibilities. And you think we can? You already have, Pattern of Hope responded. Your quantum resonance strategy proved that humans possess a unique ability. You don't just use technology, you understand its fundamental nature. We offer an alliance. Our knowledge of quantum mechanics, combined with your innovative thinking, could change the course of this war. The next month was a blur of unprecedented collaboration. While the Meridians regrouped, believing they were facing only Earth's forces, teams of human scientists worked alongside Axioni experts in facilities around the globe. They weren't just developing new weapons. They were revolutionizing humanity's understanding of the universe itself. The breakthrough came in understanding that quantum fields aren't just tools, Dr. Martinez explained during a briefing, his excitement barely contained. They're a language. The Meridians used them like blunt instruments, but the Accioni showed us how to speak with them. The resulting technology was unlike anything Earth had ever produced. Quantum communication arrays that could coordinate military operations across vast distances instantaneously. Defense systems that didn't just block attacks but redirected their energy. And most importantly, a way to detect and counter the Meridian's fold space drives. But the greatest discovery came from an unexpected source. Lieutenant Wang, while studying ancient human theories about quantum mechanics, found a correlation between early philosophical concepts and Accioni understanding of reality. "Look at this," she said, pulling up a comparison between centuries-old human quantum theories and Accioni natural abilities. Our scientists theorized about these principles long before we had the technology to test them. We were right about how the universe works. We just couldn't prove it yet. Sarah watched as human and Accioni teams worked together, each bringing their unique perspectives to the challenge. The Accioni provided their deep understanding of quantum mechanics, while humans contributed their ability to find unexpected applications and connections. "They're coming." The alert came on a quiet Tuesday morning. The Meridian fleet had regrouped. Their numbers doubled, their technology modified to counter the quantum resonance strategy that had defeated them before. But this time, Earth was ready. As the Meridian ships emerged from fold space, they found themselves facing not just human defenses, but a completely new kind of warfare. Quantum fields danced through space, not attacking the Meridians directly, but changing the very nature of reality around them. Multiple Meridian ships reporting critical systems failure, Kira announced from her station. Their fold space drives are offline. They're trapped in normal space. The Meridian commander's transmission crackled through the command center. "This is impossible. Your species cannot possess this level of quantum manipulation." Sarah's response was calm but carried the weight of humanity's determination. "You judged us by our technology, not our potential. You saw our weapons but missed our greatest strength, our ability to understand and innovate. And most importantly, you never considered that we might not be fighting alone." As if on cue, Accioni ships phased into reality around the Meridian fleet, their crystalline structures glowing with internal light. The trap was complete. The hunters had become the hunted. "Your reign of judgment ends today," Sarah broadcast to the Meridian fleet. "You can retreat and never return to Earth space, or you can stay and face the consequences of underestimating both humanity and those you once persecuted." The battle that followed would be remembered not for its destruction, but for its demonstration of power. Human Accioni quantum technology didn't just defeat the Meridian fleet, it rendered their superior technology useless. Ships that had once seemed invincible were reduced to drifting hulks, their quantum fields unraveled by techniques they had never imagined possible. As the remaining Meridian ships retreated in disarray, Sarah stood with resonance of truth, watching the tactical displays. "This victory belongs to both our species," she said. The Accioni's crystalline form pulsed with agreement. Perhaps this is what the Meridians never understood. True advancement comes not from technological superiority, but from the willingness to learn, adapt, and work together. Humanity has proven itself worthy not just of the stars, but of shaping the future of galactic civilization. Rising from the ashes, the war room beneath Geneva hummed with activity as holographic displays showed the newest addition to Earth's defense fleet taking shape in orbit. The Phoenix-class battleship represented everything humanity had learned in 6 months of war, a fusion of human innovation, Accioni quantum science, and reverse-engineered Meridian technology. Commander Sarah Chen watched as construction drones swarmed around the massive vessel. Unlike the crystalline aesthetics of their allies and enemies, the Phoenix embodied humanity's practical approach to engineering. Its angular hull housed weapons that could match Meridian firepower, But its true strength lay in systems that no other species had thought to combine. Final quantum core calibration complete, Dr. Martins reported, his fingers dancing across holographic controls. The integration of Accioni resonance chambers with our fusion reactors is stable. We're looking at power outputs that would have been theoretical 6 months ago. Sarah nodded, but her attention was drawn to another display showing refugee ships arriving from colonies the Meridians had attacked. While Earth had stood firm, human settlements on Mars and Europa hadn't been so fortunate. The sight of civilian vessels, crowded with families who had lost everything, hardened her resolve. "Commander," Lieutenant Wong called out, "we're receiving a transmission from the Accioni Council. They say it's urgent." The holographic form of Resonance of Truth materialized in the center of the war room, its crystalline body flickering with agitation. "We have detected multiple Meridian fleet movements. They are not just regrouping. They are gathering for a full-scale invasion. Our deep space arrays have identified at least 300 capital ships." The room fell silent. Earth's combined fleet, even with Accioni support, numbered barely 50 vessels. Sarah studied the tactical projections, her mind racing through possibilities. "They're desperate," she finally said. "We've proven their technology isn't invincible. If they don't crush us now, other species might start resisting." "There's more." Pattern of Hope's form appeared beside Resonance of Truth. "We've decoded transmissions suggesting they've developed countermeasures to our quantum interference techniques. This battle will not be won through technology alone." "Good." Sarah's response surprised both aliens. "Because we've been preparing for exactly that." She activated the main strategic display, showing positions of Earth's forces throughout the solar system. "The Meridians think in terms of technological superiority. They expect us to try to match their firepower. Instead, we're going to fight this war the human way." Over the next week, Earth's forces began implementing what they called Operation Prometheus. While the Accioni had provided quantum technology and the Meridians had unknowingly contributed advanced weaponry, the strategy itself was purely human, a combination of historical military tactics adapted for space warfare. The Phoenix led a fleet of smaller, faster ships in hit-and-run attacks on Meridian supply lines. Quantum tunneling devices, originally designed for communication, were modified to deliver tactical strikes behind enemy lines. But the masterstroke came from studying something the Meridians had overlooked: the behavior of solar winds and magnetic fields. "They see space as empty," Sarah explained to her command staff. "We see it as an ocean of energy and particles that we can use to our advantage." The first test of their strategy came when a Meridian battle group attempted to establish a beachhead near Mars. Instead of meeting them with direct force, Earth's fleet seeded the area with quantum resonators that interfered with local spacetime. When the Meridian ships arrived, they found their sensors scrambled by solar radiation that had been intentionally redirected into their path. Multiple Meridian vessels showing signs of spatial distortion, Kira reported with satisfaction. "Their formation is breaking down." "Launch strike teams," Sarah ordered. Small squadrons of Earth ships emerged from quantum tunnels, striking with surgical precision at the disoriented Meridian fleet. The battle was over in minutes, with minimal losses on the human side. But it was only the beginning. As the main Meridian invasion force approached, humanity prepared its grand strategy. The Phoenix and its sister ships took positions throughout the solar system, but they weren't alone. Every asteroid belt, planetary orbit, and gravitational well had been prepared as part of humanity's defense. "They called us unworthy of the stars," Sarah addressed the combined human and Accioni forces. "They judged us by their standards, never understanding that humanity's strength lies not in our technology, but in our ability to adapt, to think differently, to turn any situation to our advantage. Today, we show them what that really means." The Meridian fleet arrived with overwhelming force, their ships darkening the space around Earth like an artificial eclipse. Their commander's transmission carried the same arrogance as always. "Your resistance ends now. Submit to cleansing." Sarah's response was simple: Humanity doesn't submit. Initiate Operation Prometheus. What followed was unlike any space battle in history. The humans didn't just fight with ships and weapons. They used the very fabric of space itself as a battlefield. Solar winds became weapon delivery systems. Gravitational fields became traps. Quantum tunnels opened and closed with precise timing, allowing Earth ships to strike and vanish before the Meridians could respond. The Accioni watched in amazement as humans took their quantum technology and applied it in ways they had never imagined. Where the Meridians sought to dominate space, humanity had learned to dance with it, to use its natural forces as allies in their fight for survival. As the battle raged, Sarah stood on the Phoenix's bridge, coordinating the complex ballet of ships, energy, and space-time. They were outnumbered and, by conventional measures, outgunned. But conventional measures didn't account for human ingenuity and determination. The stars were never yours to give or take. She transmitted to the Meridian command ship, "We earned our place among them through understanding, not conquest, and we will defend that place with everything we have." The Great Push. The bridge of the Phoenix thrummed with energy as the massive ship led Earth's combined fleet through a quantum tunnel. Commander Sarah Chen watched the tactical display as hundreds of ships, human, Accioni, and even a few liberated Meridian vessels, moved in perfect coordination. They were about to attempt something unprecedented, a direct assault on the Meridian home system. Quantum signatures stable, Dr. Martins reported from his station. The scientist had insisted on being part of the mission, arguing that his understanding of the hybrid technology might make the difference between victory and defeat. The Meridians won't be able to detect our approach until we're right on top of them. Sarah nodded, her expression grim. The intelligence provided by their newest allies, Meridian separatists who had witnessed humanity's successes and chosen to defect, had revealed a crucial weakness. The Meridian leadership, the self-proclaimed arbiters of worthiness, had never fortified their home system because they never imagined anyone would dare attack it. "All ships report ready," Lieutenant Wang announced. "The Accioni fleet is in position, and the liberation squadrons are standing by." "Very well." Sarah opened a channel to the entire fleet. "This is Commander Chen. For too long, the Meridians have claimed the right to judge which species deserve to exist among the stars. They called humanity primitive, unworthy. They tried to cleanse us from existence. Instead, we taught them that true worth isn't measured by technological advancement, but by the strength of will, the power of innovation, and the ability to unite despite our differences." She paused, looking at the diverse crew around her, humans working alongside Accioni, and even former Meridian officers. "Today we end their reign of judgment. Not through superior firepower, but through the very things they dismissed: cooperation, adaptation, and the unwavering determination to forge our own destiny. All ships, prepare for emergence." The quantum tunnel bloomed open in the heart of Meridian space. The Phoenix led the charge, its hybrid systems allowing it to transition faster than any other vessel in the fleet. The element of surprise was total. By the time Meridian orbital defenses began to respond, Earth's fleet had already established a quantum interference web throughout the system. "Multiple Meridian capital ships detecting," Kira reported. "They're scrambling to combat positions, but their coordination is scattered. The quantum web is working. Their communications are degraded. Launch strike teams," Sarah ordered. "Begin Phase 1. The battle unfolded like a complex dance choreographed across the stars. Small, agile Earth ships darted between massive Meridian warships, their quantum-enhanced weapons targeting specific weak points identified by the defectors. Accioni vessels phased in and out of normal space, their crystalline forms refracting enemy fire while delivering precise strikes. But the true spectacle was the Phoenix itself. The ship moved with impossible grace for its size, its hybrid systems allowing it to exploit the quantum nature of space in ways the Meridians had never imagined. When they fired their primary weapons, the Phoenix didn't just evade. It redirected the energy through quantum fields, turning the Meridian's own firepower against them. "Commander," Dr. Martinez called out suddenly, "I'm detecting a massive power surge from the Meridian capital. They're activating something big." The tactical display shifted to show a massive structure rising from the planet's surface. "By all that's holy," one of the Meridian defectors whispered. "They're activating the judgment engine." "Explain," Sarah demanded. "It's their ultimate weapon, designed to rewrite the quantum structure of entire star systems. They used it once, thousands of years ago, to eliminate a species that challenged their authority. The entire civilization was erased from existence." Sarah's jaw tightened. "Not this time. All ships, implement Protocol Omega. Dr. Martinez, prepare the quantum resonance cascade." The Phoenix's hybrid core began to pulse with unprecedented power as it implemented a plan that had been months in the making. Every ship in the fleet activated specialized quantum generators, creating a complex web of intersecting fields. The technique, developed jointly by human and Axioni scientists, was based on a simple human concept: using an opponent's strength against them. "Judgment engine reaching critical power," Kira reported. "They're preparing to fire." "Now," Sarah ordered. As the judgment engine released its reality-warping beam, the quantum web created by Earth's fleet didn't try to block it. Instead, it caught the energy and channeled it, using the Meridian's own technology to create a feedback loop. The massive weapon's power turned back on itself, its quantum fields collapsing inward. The Meridian capital was engulfed in a cascade of quantum distortions. When the energy finally dissipated, the judgment engine was nothing but scattered atoms, and the Meridian leadership's fortress lay in ruins. "Multiple Meridian ships powering down," Wong reported. They're surrendering, Commander." Sarah stood from her command chair, watching as the remaining Meridian vessels lowered their shields. "This is Commander Chen to all Meridian forces. Your weapon of judgment has been destroyed. Your leadership has fallen. But unlike you, we do not destroy those we deem unworthy. Surrender, and you will be treated with the dignity you denied others." The response came not from the military ships, but from the Meridian civilian government. We acknowledge your victory. And perhaps, finally, we understand. True worthiness isn't about power or technological advancement. You've shown us a better way. Cooperation, innovation, and mercy even in victory. As the surrender proceedings began, Sarah looked around the Phoenix's bridge. Humans worked alongside aliens. Former enemies had become allies, and together they had accomplished what no one thought possible. They had not just defeated the Meridians, they had changed the very nature of galactic civilization. A new dawn. 1 year after the Battle of Meridian Prime, the Phoenix docked at Harmony Station, a massive structure orbiting Earth that symbolized everything humanity had achieved. Commander Sarah Chen stood in the observation lounge, watching ships from dozens of species moving through space. Some were former Meridian subjects, now free to pursue their own destiny. Others were civilizations that had hidden from Meridian judgment, emerging to join the new galactic community. Still hard to believe sometimes, isn't it? Dr. Martinez joined her at the window. The scientist had aged during the war, but his eyes still held the same curiosity that had helped humanity survive. "A year ago, we were fighting for our very existence. Now we're hosting the first Galactic Cooperation Summit." Sarah nodded, watching as an Axioni crystal ship performed a graceful dance with its human escort. "We didn't just survive, James. We changed everything." The changes were evident throughout known space. The Meridian Empire, once a force of judgment and destruction, had transformed under its new civilian leadership. Their technology, no longer used to dominate, now helped rebuild worlds they had once threatened. The Axioni had emerged from hiding to share their knowledge freely, while human innovation continued to find new ways to combine different species' technologies. "Commander Chen," Lieutenant Wang's voice came through the comm. "The delegates are ready for the opening ceremony." The great chamber at Harmony Station's heart was a testament to human architectural creativity merged with alien aesthetics. Representatives from over 50 species filled the tiered seating, their differences celebrated rather than judged. Sarah took her place at the podium, facing the assembled delegates. 1 year ago, she began, humanity faced extinction at the hands of those who deemed us unworthy of the stars. We were judged by our technology, our apparent limitations, our different way of thinking. Today, we gather not to celebrate victory, but to embrace those differences that make each species unique. She gestured to the massive window behind her, where Earth shone blue and beautiful. Humanity's strength never lay in our weapons or our technology. It lay in our ability to adapt, to understand, to see possibilities where others saw limitations. But most importantly, it lay in our ability to reach out to others, to form bonds of friendship and cooperation across the boundaries of species and space. The chamber hummed with translator devices as her words reached every delegate. The Meridians believed worthiness could be measured by a single standard. They were wrong. True worth lies in diversity, in the unique perspectives each species brings to our shared journey among the stars. Resonance of truth. Now the Accioni's chief ambassador moved forward. Its crystalline form had been modified with human-designed quantum interfaces, allowing it to communicate more easily with other species. Humanity did more than defeat the Meridians, it announced. They showed us a new way forward. Their victory was not one of destruction, but of transformation. A Meridian representative rose next, not a military commander, but a scientist who had helped expose the former regime's atrocities. We thought we were bringing judgment to humanity. Instead, they taught us the true meaning of civilization. Our technology meant nothing without the wisdom to use it properly. The summit that followed was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Species that had once hidden from Meridian judgment now shared their unique technologies and perspectives freely. The human approach to problem solving, combining different ideas in unexpected ways, became a model for galactic cooperation. Sarah watched as former enemies worked together, sharing knowledge and resources. The Phoenix's hybrid technology had become a template for new developments, proving that different approaches could be combined to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Commander, Dr. Martinez called her attention to a notification. The first quantum bridge to the Andromeda galaxy is ready for testing. Humanity's greatest achievement yet, built with cooperation from 12 different species. Sarah smiled, remembering the day when the Meridians had first appeared, declaring humanity unworthy of the stars. They had been wrong in more ways than they could have imagined. Humanity hadn't just proven worthy of the stars, they had shown the galaxy a better way to reach for them. As the summit continued, ships of all designs and origins moved through space around Harmony Station. Among them, a new vessel was taking shape, the first of the Unity class, designed by a coalition of species working together. It represented everything humanity had fought for, not domination or judgment, but cooperation, innovation, and the shared dream of exploring the universe. You know what the best part is, Sarah said to Martins as they watched the construction. This is just the beginning. We're not just reaching for the stars anymore, we're helping everyone reach them together. The quantum communications array chimed, bringing messages from across the galaxy. New discoveries, shared innovations, and stories of species working together to solve problems that once seemed insurmountable. Humanity had not only claimed their place among the stars, they had transformed the very meaning of what it meant to be worthy of them. As night fell over Earth, visible through Harmony Station's vast windows, the lights of cities twinkled like earthbound stars. They were matched by the lights of ships and stations above, creating a bridge between Earth and space, a constant reminder that humanity's greatest achievement wasn't surviving judgment, but showing the galaxy a better way forward. The age of judgment was over. The age of cooperation had begun. And humanity, once deemed unworthy of the stars, had become their greatest champions, not through force or technology, but through the uniquely human gifts of adaptation, innovation, and the unwavering belief that together, all species could reach heights none could achieve alone.